What's up, guys? This is Limitless Starcraft coming to you with another Starcraft 2 commentary. For this matchup, this is a tournament game coming from the 2013 WCS Korea OSL. Start off with our players, introducing SuperNova, a Korean Terran player down in the blue on the bottom right-hand side. In the top left corner, it's going to be Squirtle, our red Protoss. The map is Belshire Vestige. This was a map in the previous season's map pool. They kept it around, I'm guessing because it was a pretty popular map. Gave you some really good games, definitely in the pro scene. I know myself, I enjoy this map as a Zerg player. It's not too bad, but it's definitely a good map for Protoss as well. Gateway first for Protoss, pretty standard against Terran. And SuperNova, talking about these two players, they're both doing pretty well in the tournament so far. I know this matchup is the round of 32 for Season 2, so they've made it pretty far, this matchup. I haven't watched any of the other games for this series, so I'm not entirely sure who's in the lead and who is not. We got a gas coming down for Squirtle. 3 probes immediately mining from that. Probably going to go for a cybernetics core. For any PvT match, usually it's pretty standard openings. No proxies thus far. Looks like SuperNova is going to be a little risky and go for the command center first. It's pretty early, but on this map it's pretty easy to pull off. He's already throwing down the barracks. I should expect a gas pretty soon, just so you can go ahead and get a marine and a marauder out as soon as possible to help defend. He'll probably end up throwing down a bunker or two in the front, just in case there's any early aggression. Now, Squirtle can do a number of things against Terran. He can go early DTs, which is it's a pretty good strategy. It works well, but usually it works a little better in the late game when the battles and the engagements are in the middle of the map and the player SuperNova is not really paying attention. You can sneak in those DTs. Both players are now going out for the scout. Looks like there's actually going to be a Zealot on the way, probably for early scouting. You can also do a little bit of harass to the SCB line, considering he went CC first. The first Marine is on the way. Bunker definitely going down in the front. Prevent any stalker aggression as well. The Mothership Core. And he's got to be careful with that. I see a lot of Protoss players that'll throw their Mothership Core down there for a little early harass, especially with the Zealot and a Stalker, which we are seeing from Squirtle. But sometimes they have a tendency to lose that Mothership Core pretty quickly, especially if a SuperNova can amass about 2 to 3 rounds and pin it. Looks like the bunker was not able to finish, having to pull out SCBs just to make sure that bunker gets down. Here we go with the Mothership Core, throwing down a nice time warp on the ramp. Able to pick off the Zealot though for SuperNova. Stalker is doing a little bit of damage, shows the Mothership Core. One Marine is not going to really do too much to help defend this. We've got 3 now coming out. As long as he can finish his bunker, we should be okay. SuperNova is definitely a little down in the harvester count, as he has lost. Let's see how many he's lost. Resources, he's lost a couple. And probe count is 22 to 17. Working real heavy to get this bunker down, as he will get it. Still hasn't thrown down the CC right now, just using it for the production to help out the main base for now. We got a 3rd barracks going on the way. So it looks like it's going to be a very heavy bio production style here against Protoss. Mothership Core right here, so you can get a little too carried away with that Mothership Core. Doesn't want to lose that too early, especially when you can save its energy for later on when the Terran does his drops and throw down a photon overcharge. The Stalker just doing a little scouting, see if there's any proxy buildings anywhere around his base. The next is going down for Squirtle. We also have +1 ground armor going down for the Protoss. Not a bad option. Just now getting down a 2nd gas. Now we haven't seen Oh, well, there's the tech, the robotics facility, and he could definitely go for some warp prism play. He's already shown that he likes to be aggressive, and warp prism is very good against Terran. Stalker just getting out of the way of those Marines. Looks like they're going to do a little attack of their own. Should be fine, as photon overcharge is almost ready to be used on the Nexus. We also have 2 more additional gateways coming on the way. 3 Stalkers now. Going down to SuperNova's base. Bunker should be able to hold that off pretty well, pull off SCVs if needed. The attack, photon overcharge does go down. Probes had to be pulled up the line, but overall the Marines won't do too much there. And we have an observer on the field. Good option there. Now we're seeing stim pack finally being researched, as well as a factory. Now, +1 weapons is going down for the infantry of SuperNova. Squirtle pulling back his stalkers. Not much harassment going on anymore. Both players just trying to macro right now. We should see what tech options both players are going to go fairly soon. TVP is pretty standard as well. You don't see too much difference in style normally, but there is a large kind of Marines. Probably work towards those drop ships fairly soon to return the harassment back. Now it looks like robotics bay is being thrown down, so we're going for Colossus. Don't know if he'll get the thermal lance upgrade. It's pretty much a must against Terran, as you need that range to not have the Marines and the Marauders kite your Colossus. Gases are all being taken up. Sentry, 1 sentry out. Just both players holding on to one of the watchtowers. Vector being down. We got Widow Mines coming into play now. He might use those to drop. He also might use the Marines to drop and then throw the Widow Mines up front and block his units in, or try to throw them down in the probe line. +1 weapons is almost done for SuperNova. Now our first Colossus is out on the way. No thermal lance yet. We got +1 ground coming on the way, and we also have a Twilight Council. Probably going to be for Blink first, I would have to say, just because it's easy to catch those drop ships when they're coming around. They can just blink forward and take out the drop ships with not much of a problem. Working on some pylons being thrown down right now, just so we can set up the later aggression that he will definitely be using. Both players not doing too much besides just teching up. We got more barracks going down. Drop ships are on the way, so we'll see whether or not he will use that to drop the Widow Mines or drop Marines. Looks like SuperNova's pushing out. There's that 1 probe dying to the Marine. Marine's got 2 kills. And no more upgrades, I don't believe, for Terran right now. We have concussive shells just finishing. Widow Mine, you can see that there. Widow Mine definitely doing a little damage at the second base, as he got 5 kills. So that was a nice drop on his side. The photon overcharge not gone down yet. Going for a good attack right here, taking out a lot of probes. But he does get force filled in. This Marines will be cleaned up. A nice save right there with the medevac. Saved a couple of them. That was good harassment by the Terran player. Now we have legs being researched for the Zealots, which allowed them to close in pretty quickly to the Marines and Marauders. We have a 3rd going down for SuperNova. Looks like Squirtle has spotted this, so let's see if he will pressure that 3rd, or he'll go for a 3rd of his own, which looks like will be the case. Now Squirtle is ahead quite a bit, is down a little bit in supply by about 30, and that was definitely from the Widow Mine aggression in that earlier attack. We have another drop, looks like it's about to go out the way. He's got Vikings on the way. He's already seen the Colossus, so the Vikings should be good to go. He's only got 1 on the field right now. Another observer coming out. I don't think he... Yep, no thermal lance yet. So Colossus aren't going to do too well against SuperNova's composition, especially with the Vikings in play now. Finally being able to throw down his third for Squirtle. Sees the drop. Let's see how well he can defend this. Takes out the observer. No Whittle Mines in the play though. These Zealots aren't going to be able to get much done, especially with Stim Pack going down and the Medivacs there. But it does get fended off by the Photon Overcharge. Now he's finally got Templar on the field. The key to winning these TVP engagements are definitely going to be the storms and the feedbacks on the Medivacs. See how well he can micro that. Just a steady count of Marines and Marauders and the Vikings. Both players definitely doing what they need to. Ghost Academy should be on the way pretty soon. Yeah, it's already done. To snipe those High Templar. And we see he might be able to catch these units off guard. The Medivac should be able to pull them out in time. That is a lot of Zealots for Squirtle. Only one Colossus though. I don't know if he's just going Templar heavy or Gateway heavy units. Not more Colossi, which isn't the best against Terran. His Marines and Marauders pretty much kill everything in the Gateway compositions besides Storms. If you land a few good Storms off on those units, he will be good to go. Third having to be lifted off. Could not defend that just yet. We have more Zealots about to be taken out. Only one dies there. Third has been secured by Squirtle. Just a little bit of back and forth in the beginning. Nice little feedback there. Didn't really do too much. Templars are barely able to escape. Vikings coming in. So that is a huge army. He's pulling a lot of SCVs off the line. It's sort of an all-in here for SuperNova. Let's see how well he will be able to handle the Protoss army, which isn't all too scary compared to SuperNova's. One Colossus will get taken out by these 4 Vikings. Not much of fun. Not much Stalkers there either to take out the Vikings. All stimming up right here as the entire ground army gets obliterated by SuperNova. No storms going down, everything got taken out really quickly. This wasn't much of a game right here. These High Templars warping in but get taken out immediately. The Nexus is about to go down. There's not much that Squirtle can do at this point. That is GG. The Terran army was just too much. That is a huge force. Huge force. And Squirtle cannot handle it. So that will be GG. And I'll see you guys next time.